Should I try Princess Donut for this line?
Say a Golden Sun quote with the Princess Donut's voice.
I just hear her yelling voice all the time.
Call!
Tell all who will hear the Reaper sails to Mars. And
That's
he
pretty
calls for an iron rain. I freaking love her.
She's amazing. Honestly, such a great character.
1, 2, 3, go!
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the To Be Read podcast. I'm Vanessa.
And I'm Julie. And today we're so stoked because we get to do Golden Sun. Today is our Golden Sun deep dive. If you love Red Rising like we do, we're excited for this. We're also highly energized thanks to the energy drinks we consumed between the hours of 5 and 8 p.m. It's going to be a great time.
So if we're talking very quickly.
Yeah, there's going to be lots happening.
Yes.
But we're so happy to have you guys here. It's going to be a great one. Before we get into it, though, we want to let you guys know we now are on Substack.
Whoop, whoop.
We're going to be sharing what we're reading, behind the scenes on episodes. If you liked this, read this.
Book reviews.
Thoughts. It's going to be great. I'm super excited to be over there.
When Julie frolics in a cornfield, I'll put that up there too.
Yes.
You know? Just
That is
kind of
so
behind the
gonna be happening.
scenes, fun, get to know us outside of the podcast if
Yeah.
you're feeling it. So
We are so happy to have you guys here to talk about Golden Sun today, the second installment in the Red Rising Saga.
So I've only read books 1 through 3 at this point. I'm rereading books 1 through 3, but I'm also going to go on past that because I kept waiting for Red God to come out before I read, as the chronic rereader, I just wanted to wait for that, and it's just not coming anytime soon, which is fine.
Take
But
your time, Piercy. We trust you.
but now I'm getting spoilers online. It's really hard to avoid, so now I just need to read it. Need to get it done.
Time to get it done. Time to
So-
join the realm of depression and
So as of
sadness.
right now, after just reading the trilogy, the first trilogy, Golden Sun is my favorite.
Yeah.
I love Golden Sun. And a lot of it is because, we're now out of the Institute. We are out of the Academy. It's 2 years after the Institute,
Mhm.
right? So
Yep.
Darrow and co are 20 years old.
The book opens with them in space because he went to the Academy to learn to be
Just the Institute was kind of finishing school. The Academy was a little bit like Gold College.
Gold College. Yeah. Learn to captain your ships. Make military strategic moves in space.
Dun, dun, dun. In space.
In space.
So this book is all about trust, betrayals, political maneuvering. We're getting out into society, insane twists. And if you haven't read the book, don't watch this or listen.
Oh, yeah. We're going to be heavy
Spoiler-
on the spoilers
yeah. Just
tonight.
warning everybody.
Probably spoilers through Morningstar, I would say. We're going
Yeah.
to try to keep it to just Golden Sun,
But just be aware.
but just be aware because last time I said that and
Someone came for her.
I spoiled something right at the end of the episode. So just gird your loins.
But there is a quote in Red Rising that I found very interesting, and it's Fitchner talking to all of House Mars, his little group.
Yes.
It's Antonia and all of them. So the quote says, "The school's role is to find the leaders of men, not the killers of men. So the point, you silly little children, is not to kill, but to conquer." And I feel like you really see that in Golden Sun.
And that's a quote from Red Rising.
Yeah, it's a quote
Right.
from Red Rising.
Yeah. Okay.
Because the point of the Institute, because that's at the point they're at in Red Rising, is to show who the conquerors of men are, not the killers.
Yes.
And when you see that at the very end of Red Rising, so going into Golden Sun, it sets the tone, and it is also very parallel with the social impacts that are happening in Golden Sun.
Absolutely. Red Rising lays such a fantastic foundation for an epic story. And I feel like Golden Sun really capitalizes on that. There's those moments in Red Rising where you're like, oh shit. Golden Sun is oh shit the entire way through. The stakes
way
are high, and it is just, there's no time to breathe in this book,
That's a great way to put it, because
which is fun.
it is entertaining. And I would dare say, when I was writing my notes for this, and the question was asked about character development, you see character development in the way of reactions.
Yes.
Like everything is a reaction to something in the plot. And it is a form of character development because you're figuring out how people are working, but it's not necessarily their dialogue or, things like
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
So especially you see that with Darrow a lot too. Just because it is so plot forward, it's Darrow reacting to all this crazy shit happening around him.
Yeah. And it's kind of interesting to think about the tests that Darrow got put through before he got into the Institute,
Yes.
because he aced those. But you just know that like he's quick on his feet. He is a thinker, and he's also emotional. And so you get to see like this emotion versus strategy really come to play in very high stakes life or death situations.
And that does kind of call back to Red Rising and what we said in that episode. Darrow has a duality to him.
Mhm.
It's red versus gold. And especially after he's been carved, you have to ask the question, is he red or is he gold? And my working theory is he is neither red or gold, and he is both red and gold. He is neither and both.
Interesting. I kind of think that he's something new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is forged.
He is forged. Yeah. He is what he hopes the future to be.
Yes, with some mistakes along the way. Yeah.
Like, he is not perfect
He's-
by any means,
He's
but
also
like
20.
Yeah.
Let's just
give him a little
remind
bit of grace.
ourselves of what
bit
we
of
were
grace.
like when we were 20.
Oh gosh.
Hardened 20-year-old, but
Let's
still.
not. But in this book, we're going to expand the world. We're introducing real political stakes. Darrow's navigating power, identity, loyalty.
In the prologue, it says, they say a kingdom divided against itself cannot stand. They make no mention of the heart.
Yeah.
So there is a lot of talk of division throughout. They talk about the division between Darrow and Roke, and trust there. They
Yes.
actually talk a lot about the division between, I always forget his name, Adrius, the Jackal,
Yes.
and Darrow, and how they're actually not so different.
Mhm.
Duality is more discussed in this book, if you ask me.
Yeah. We definitely go deeper into our character development here. We definitely go deeper into who these people are, what makes them tick, who they care for, what their relationships are. Identity is a huge aspect. Loyalty is massive.
Mhm.
So right off the bat, like, let's talk about loyalty in these books, which is always going to bring up Tactus and Roke, because we both have massive betrayals here with Tactus and
So
our dear Roke.
Tactus is interesting because he's one that everyone saw coming.
Yes, he's a loose cannon. He always has been. Darrow has tried, but I think Darrow's kind of been like, I don't know. I don't know if this is working. He's got this like sketchy background. His brothers are psychos.
And what you do hear about his background is that he keeps trying to prove himself to his family, which seems to be a common thing with Golds, family honor and all that. Tactus really tries. I think there's a quote, and I don't have it written down, but it's about him being in Darrow's shadow.
Yes.
And his brothers were like, teasing might be too light of a word.
Yeah.
But it was basically mentioned that he gets teased that he's always in Darrow's shadow.
Yeah. Basically, his whole family was just like, you're nothing. You're just Darrow's little lackey, man. Like, you just live in his shadow and ride his coattails.
So the fact that Tactus steals Lysander, I feel like everyone was like, ah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, both Roke and Tactus opened Darrow up to heartbreak, but I felt like because the reaction to Darrow's discovering of Roke betrayed him is different than of Tactus betraying him, because, when Tactus does betray him, they meet up, it's in Lorne's basement or something like that, right? And he's like threatening children.
Yes.
And which is ironic because he calls someone baby killers, and I'm just like, okay. But
Cool.
he is threatening the children of Lorne's house. So Lorne's pissed. We've got, this angry old man in the back, and then Darrow is trying to talk him down to letting the kids go. Tactus finally breaks down and weeps into Darrow's shoulder, and then Lorne kills him.
Oh, and Lauren's just like, oh, time for consequences. Stab. Like,
Yeah.
Relentless.
Yes, and wasn't he the Rage Knight?
Yeah.
So, I mean, on par, but it was heartbreaking because Darrow saw it all and he felt it all, and the way the book is written is very much like how Darrow feels about letting Tactus down, which at the end of the day, Tactus let Darrow down.
Yeah.
He's the one who stole Lysander, but he felt that weight.
This is a place where I really resonate deeply with Darrow, is that all of his relationships, no matter how deep they seem to other people, they're deep to him. He was bonded deeply with Tactus because of what Tactus did in the Institute and what Darrow did for him.
Mm-hmm.
That relationship, regardless of how up and down it is precious at the end of the day, is precious to Darrow. Same thing with Roke. Like all of these, Darrow feels deeply and he connects to people deeply, and he wants to love people and have that relationship. I think that's why like the Cassius storyline gets carried so well, is because their relationship was deep until it wasn't. But I love that Darrow is a feeler and that he cares deeply about his people, probably sometimes too much.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I thought he turned over pretty quick with Tactus and was just like, yeah, it's okay. Like, I love you, man.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, well, he's dead. So.
And then he's gone. But on the flip side, talking about Roke, Darrow kept disappointing Roke. At what point do you think Roke turned?
I honestly, once Quinn died.
I was going to say, I think Quinn
once-
dying, and actually it was mainly right after Quinn dying that he wasn't running after Aja
Yeah.
and demanding retribution for that. Roke really was like, why aren't you doing anything?
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily think it was that exact moment, but it was like why Darrow didn't respond. That
And-
he was like, I just can't get behind this.
Yeah. And
Because of Goldwood.
my theory is that Roke would not have betrayed Darrow the way he did just based on what happened in the book. But once he found out Darrow's background, that's what triggered the betrayal. Like once he found out that Darrow wasn't a Red, I don't think he would have like completely flopped. I think he just would have been like, I can't do this anymore. I'm done. Not necessarily like, okay, I'm going to now actively fight against you.
Yeah.
I don't think that would have happened. But I remember reading it the first time, and you probably have texts of it, of me being like, something's going to happen with Roke. I'm very scared. Their relationship is not okay right now. But I
No,
was
I
just
do
like,
remember
something's
Roke
going on with Roke. I don't like this. They can't ever like fully have a conversation. They keep getting interrupted.
I mean, honestly though, okay, this was like the male equivalent to a miscommunication trope. You know,
you're not wrong.
like what I couldn't wrap my head around is how Darrow so quickly, and I love Ragnar, but he was like, okay, Ragnar, let me tell you exactly who I am. And then it did take him a while to tell Mustang, but he decided to tell Mustang. Why did he not, like when they're at the lake?
I think he knew. I think he knew that Roke was not going to have a good reaction.
Like he just knew deep down, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, he looked at the way that Roke was raised and all the things that he believed in. He really had that gold upbringing.
Yeah.
Kind of like that indoctrination.
So you think that maybe Darrow didn't have the exact same trust in him?
Yeah, I think there was maybe a more of a like protectiveness.
Yeah. Which is really interesting because I have a note written down for Sevro's section, but I kind of had this thought of Sevro and Darrow. We always think of them as the dynamic duo, but especially in Red Rising, it is built as Cassius, Roke, Darrow. They're brothers. I found my two brothers in this institute.
Yeah.
I may have lost one, but I gained two. Like that was a common thing that Roke and Darrow were close, and Cassius at one point.
Yeah.
But it was never Sevro. Sevro was never included in that. So I shocked me that he didn't trust. Like if they all have this brotherly connection, why was that not thought of?
It's a really good question to think about, why Cassius and Roke and Darrow were brothers, but there were so many secrets. I honestly feel like it's kind of like that high school relationship. Like you find like your little group and you're like, oh my gosh, we're best friends. And like you take pictures all the time and you're always posting like we're at the mall, we're together all the time. But like what's really happening under the surface? Whereas like you have a relationship like ours and we have like 2 pictures together and there's like no proof of us on the internet, like that we're besties besides the fact we have a podcast together.
Yeah,
but like, you know, those relationships, like there's just a difference.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like they got into the institute, they're like, oh yeah, we're the cool kids, we're gonna bond, but then we're also gonna keep a bunch of secrets from each other. I think Darrow and Roke bonded over, they both have like soft hearts and that poet side.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's like all of Roke is
Cassius
poetry.
also had rage too. So
yeah,
like,
so you got rage in Darrow and then you've got poetry in Darrow. Like there's an artsiness to Darrow, and I think that's what got
the
him
first
Roke.
time I read it, I remember wondering why Roke was in House Mars.
Right?
Now I know.
And they and they talk about that.
I mean, he has his side, but I think it takes a lot to get there. Roke has like this underlying like current. It's almost like an aquifer. It's just like it's so deep down, but once you get there, man.
Well, and he just holds it all, and it's like he just shoves it,
Mm-hmm.
and then it just explodes. Like he deals with Leah's loss, and then you got Quinn, and he gets stabbed in the neck, and blah 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 blah.
Oh, it broke my heart when he was like, "We're pigeons crossing." I was like, ah.
We start off this book with a bang. He's working for Augustus, then he flubs up in that, and Carnus Bologna wins.
Mm-hmm.
Nero kicks him out. He meets up with the Jackal,
Yeah, I also don't quite understand.
which from the
that.
get-go, I was like, whoa, we're desperate. But are we this desperate?
Yeah.
And then we get manipulated by Harmony because she drops the bomb that, Darrow was going to be a dad.
Drops the bomb.
Ah! Oh, yeah.
No
and
pun
there's
intended.
literally a bomb as well. And Victor's involved here, too.
Yeah, Victor is like, and I feel like Pierce wrote Victor in a way of, I feel like trust is such a theme throughout the entire book. You didn't know if you could trust Victra right away because she did have like this inside with Adrius, and you have to remember they all grew up together, and Victra is 7 years older than the rest of them. She's 27 at that point, and so she's been around, and you never quite know, and so she brings him to Adrius to have this discussion. They meet, they talk about sketchy stuff, and then Evie comes and blows everyone up, kind of, sort of. But then Harmony is behind it. She claims Dancers died. It's like, honestly, just kind of a crazy little like snippet in the book that after that was said and done, I was like,
How do we get here?
yeah, exactly. It was
When
like,
they're
why
like,
are we trusting that
Thanks
Adrius?
for being here. Here's this pin that's going to blow up all the golds at this gala. Are you so excited? Because we are. And Darrow's like, sweet, good, we're going.
Yeah.
I'm like, what happened? And I think this just shows some desperation on Darrow's part of like, Ares is not contacting me. I just got kicked out. Like, what am I supposed to do to bring up EO's dream? And then Harmony's like, I got tea, boy. You're going to be a dad.
Yes, that is the reignition in the fire
Of the rage.
yes, and honestly, like rightfully so.
Rightfully so. Can we talk about EO for a second?
Oh yeah.
Because, and this is established in this book too, of like, Darrow is always just like, EO was everything. She was perfect. She was wonderful. But by the end of the book, when he's hanging out with his mom, she's like,
I never liked
I
EO.
never really liked EO. And then he just realizes that he's built up this image in his head. EO knew what she was doing. 100%. Not just, I don't say that because I've read the comic books. But she knew. She knew just what buttons to press with Darrow. She knew just how to do it. And Harmony she's capitalizing on that. So when did it flip for her and she was like, I'm gonna die now?
I don't know. Yeah.
Or did she, I mean, I don't necessarily think that she like took Darrow there to get
it was
arrested.
like, yeah, I don't think so either. I think she wanted to fight back, and then the opportunity presented itself.
Yeah,
and
of
like,
she
hey,
got in
this is
trouble.
what we're
She's
gonna
like,
do.
time to sing my song.
Karaoke night. She's like, I'm gonna bring
Listen
the
up.
mic out.
I'm about to die, but we're gonna sing.
Oh,
And so I think she just capitalized on an opportunity, but like, what the fuck, girl?
I know.
Why did you have to do that to Darrow? Because then he just
his
goes,
only dream was to be a father. Like it says that. My dream was to be a father and a good
precious
husband.
man.
And granted, like without her sacrifice, nothing would have happened later, and that's what makes these books great. But like in my heart, I had a hard time with EO, and I think that was the point.
I think that's the point. Is that she's this perfect martyr in the first book, and then over time we realize, we all go through that of like we make this perfect image in our head, and then something breaks it down, and we're like, oh.
Or Darrow gets wrapped up in this, right? So like Darrow hears this, it reignites the flame. Now he's heading back into the system. He's got a plan for the gala.
Yeah.
Where he's essentially getting auctioned off at the end of the night. Roke says, hey.
Yeah. That's what the gala's for.
Yeah. Roke is like, okay, I want to buy your servitude here. Do we think because he learned about her being pregnant, and like, do we think he's doing it for the same cause? Do we think like maybe he kind of likes the power a little bit?
Yeah, I think that's a really good question. I mean, I think we all would fall to it a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that it reignited the like, I have to bring the golds down. How am I going to do that? How about we start a civil war? EO, I have to thank you for, and Harmony, maybe your timing was good because you gave us one of the best book scenes ever written.
The gala is iconic.
The gala is so good. It's iconic. And I want that on the internet because all of you assholes calling us Valley girls with our local fry, you can suck it. The gala scene is spectacular. One of the best in literature. And every time I read it, I'm just like, here we go. So he walks in with a plan. He's a man with a plan to blow up thousands of people.
Mhm.
And then he's just like, you know what's really going to stir the pot here? Civil war. You know who's going to start a civil war? The Bolognas. Why? Because Cassius is still being a little bitch.
Also, Mustang was a big instigator here.
Oh,
She knew what she was doing too.
Oh, yeah. Mustang, like Io, she knows how to play Darrow in the best way. And I allow it with Mustang because I love her and she can do no wrong.
Listen, I like her. She's still not my favorite,
I know.
but I like her. I think she's cool.
I think I have a bias coming
like I think
from having read
from
them
the okay. Yeah, okay. I could let's talk to me after the
Yeah.
after the book.
Yeah,
But I'm
think
still
there's some
team
bias
Victra
there.
in there.
Oh, well,
I-
Victra's spectacular.
I was not, although it was really weird that like Victra kept kissing Darrow. I was
Oh,
like,
I think
girl,
it's-
take the hint.
I think it's hilarious. And I think she just does it because she can. And
You
I
think so?
Oh, yeah.
She's
I
equally
think-
chaotic
I
to
think she's a
Sevro.
button pusher, and I think that she just likes to have fun. Like, she totally would have banged Darrow in a second if he was down. Like, they would have had fun. But she just likes to...
She just
I
likes to
kind of
stir
think
the
she's a
pot.
physical touch person,
Okay.
of course. But I think she just likes to spice things up a little bit.
Yeah, she does
And
seem
I-
like that.
Every time she pinched his butt cheeks, I was just like, girl, I would have been doing the same. Let's be so for real.
Let's thank Mickey for that.
So he talks with Virginia. He leaves the gala. He goes outside and he's like, Civil War.
Yes.
And he knows just the person that's going to set it off because these Bolognas and everybody coming at me in the comments on TikTok. I know Cassius's arc, okay? I was talking about Cassius and Red Rising. So let's take a chill pill. I've atoned for saying that and putting it on the internet. And I'm continuing to atone because the comments are still happening. Anyways, the Bolognas are still little bitches. And they're going to have big reactions to things. We already know Karnas is an instigator. Him and Darrow talk at the beginning of the gala.
Exactly. The craziest part about Karnas is he is just who he is. Like, he is predictable.
He
in
is that
way.
jock in the 90s rom-com.
Yes. Honestly, I kind of felt like he shared a lot in common with Augustus.
Nero? Yeah.
Because, yeah, Daddy Augustus.
Daddy Augustus, who killed his first wife and stuffed her mouth full of grapes and cut her head off and sent it to her dad. That Daddy Augustus?
Yes, that one.
Chill out a little bit.
I love it. Keep going. How can I make it happen more? No, but
Monster.
he is predictable in his reactions.
Yes.
And Darrow's really good at analyzing people and predicting outcomes.
Strategy.
Just like his extrapolational theory.
Extrapolational thinking.
Thank you.
Got you.
So that's like a part of who he is and what he excels at. He always has.
Yeah.
He can predict outcomes. He's not only doing that at the gala and predicting the Bolognas and Nero and basically most of everything that happens at the gala. It's like he had two plans. And it's like, well, I'm going to blow everyone up, or I'm going to try and do this, show everyone what the Sovereign is all about.
Yes.
And then let's let her blow it all up. And
Yeah.
that's essentially what happened. And then, then Sevro and Fitchner come in and you move on. But Nero and Karnas have a lot in common because they are so predictable. You know exactly what they want. One wants like blood and the other one just wants power.
Yeah.
And you can totally play people like that. People like the Jackal, you don't know exactly what he's going for.
A little
That's-
more unpredictable. Yeah.
But this is Darrow's deception here. Like, you don't, I guess, really know exactly what was first and second choice in his plans.
Mm-hmm.
But the gala is just so iconic in the series as a whole, honestly.
I honestly think him blowing everybody up was would have been so out of character. I honestly think.
He
Like,
was kind of like in a rage.
He was in a rage. And I think him going outside at the gala and then having this like, oh, I could do something different. That was more in character for him.
Yeah.
So the gala happens. He stands up on the table, covers Cassius in wine. Then it just like hell ensues. Just like chaos. Cagney gets like split in half.
Good.
Insane. And then they're all running away and everything is just chaos. And then Golds are taking advantage of this opportunity and killing people. And this brings me to one of the most like horrific scenes in the book to me, which is when we see, I'm going to call them like the scavengers that were just kind of like waiting in the bushes to pounce on these families. And they just see a family get trounced.
Yeah, kids
Dead. We're going to be dancing on their bodies. And I was just like, what is happening?
Yes, that was
a hard
jarring.
moment. Yeah.
Jarring. Especially because they kind of just pop up out of nowhere and they leave out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
know?
They were just lying in wait though.
Yeah, so it goes to show that Octavia had a plan in motion.
Yeah.
All of the lower colors were dismissed, right? Your grays, your like the help, they were all dismissed because she was like, yeah, only the golds are allowed up here.
Yeah.
And so it just goes to show that she was already thinking of something, and then Darrow screwed it up for her.
I mean, they make it so evident. Like, this is the woman that killed her own dad. She's capable of a lot of horrible things. Let's keep that in mind, everybody. I do love that that's a constant reminder. Just like, guys,
they do keep
she
bringing it
killed her own father, okay? And you're like, okay, I get it. Thank you.
Do we think that Darrow crossed the line at all with threatening the bomb, or at any point, really? Because I kind of struggled with that too. Like you said, like it was so out of character for Darrow to even threaten that. I know he was in his little rage lust, if you will, after finding out he was going to be a dad.
Honestly, the move of Darrow's that I struggled with the most was sticking a needle in Rogue's neck. I was just like, dude, of all of the choices that you could have screwed up. And not just because of what happens at the end, but I'm just like, that's a shit move on one of your best friends.
I mean, could he not had like, I can understand if he was like, hey, Rogue, do you want to sit this one out for me, please? Just trust me.
Like, yeah. Could he have tried to talk to him?
Yeah.
And I feel so bad for Rogue because then like he wakes up, everything's on fire, and then everybody's there. Like Sevro's there, Fitchner's there, Quinn's there. Like
discombobulated.
He's just like, can you imagine just being like, what? And then while you're trying to escape, Aja punches your girlfriend's face in until you're seizing.
Yeah. At that point, though, Rogue and Quinn hadn't seen each other in a long time.
Yeah.
And they were, I think that story about the pigeons is like they were always like they were star-crossed lovers kind of thing. Like they could never get. So like it's like extra painful because they could never be. And also like I don't know what kind of magic mojo the Quinn has that Cassius, Sevro, and Rogue all were like, I love you.
Yeah.
And she
what
doesn't
is
even have
Quinn?
an ear.
Zendaya?
That would be a cool casting, but like I think it's hard because the whole aspect of like crossing a line is so indicative to who you're asking, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't know, like knowing what I know now, I don't think that he crossed the line at all, but like in the moment, yeah, obviously. Like if you're like, hey, raise your hand if you've ever stabbed your best friend with a needle. You know what I mean? Like it's just
I like of all the moves that he made, that one I was just like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
Really?
I wouldn't have done that if I were Darrow, and I would not have teamed up with the Jackal at all. Like, I think that Darrow knew that Adrius was like, that he couldn't trust him, and he's just like, I'm just going to see what's going on here, you know?
He used him to get back in.
Yes.
Right?
And to use his contacts, but I don't even think that was worth it.
And even Mustang's like, cut the ties, Darrow. I know you're talking to him, but it's time to be done.
Yeah. Don't even try it, which ends up biting him in the butt at the end.
Yeah.
Why he wasn't always on alert is beyond me.
Oh my God.
So there's lots of bad guys in this book. There's lots of antagonists. We've got the Jackal, which, you know, we've talked about. He's just crazy. There is, you know, he delivers Fitchner's and Rogue not caring that he just gave Darrow Fitchner's head.
Yeah.
Is beyond me.
And that just goes to show like the brainwashing of the gold
Mhm.
civilization of society of just like, you're a red, you're scum of the earth. I don't care. Here is someone you love, their head filled with grapes.
I know this poet, this lovely, delicate poet of Roke is just like, here's a head.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't love that.
No, well, and Roke, just thinking about Roke's arc, Roke is very black and white. Like, he's very absolutist. He's very Sith-like.
Yep.
Which is crazy because he's tender. He's tender and he's a poet, but he's very just like, it's this way or this way, which makes it complicated in a book full of gray.
duality.
But that's something that I love about this series is the grayness. Like, no one is 100% bad, I think, except the Jackal. He's kind of cray-cray. He's also traumatized. Let's be for real.
Okay. Doesn't he actually end up killing Quinn?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You learned that in Morningstar.
Mhm. He stabbed a needle into her and
Okay.
killed her. He's all about that because he also killed Leto,
Mm-hmm.
his other brother.
Yeah. Well, Leto is not his brother. It's like who Nero was.
He was training.
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
And so I can actually understand that one because he was like, I don't want you in the picture
Yeah.
anymore. Not that I'm like condoning it, but
his death was
but-
kind of really sad too. He didn't get a chance to shine.
I know. Poor
He's
guy.
the Barb. He's the Barb of this.
Justice for Leto.
Justice for Leto.
But
Man, you don't want to be named Leto in a book.
no. Honestly,
R.I.P.
not the best. Not the best.
R.I.P. Leto Atreides.
Okay, sorry.
But yeah, so we've got Jackal, we've got the Sovereign
with scary Scorpion.
with Aja.
Aja is batshit crazy. She scared me more than any of them. Cause she was
Just
like,
wait till you
Carnus.
meet her sister. But yeah, Aja is not only terrifying because she's crazy, but she was also trained by Lorne, which is something we did not bring up, which is when Cassius and Darrow are dueling. And Darrow's like, guess what, bitch? Lorne trained me.
And everyone was like, you can't beat Cassius. Like, and especially in the
He's
first
the
book,
best.
he is known for not being very good with his razor. So to see that shift in time where Pierce finally reveals that, hey, this guy for 2 years every morning has been meeting up with Lorne.
I love it. It's one of my favorite little reveals.
Going back to the antagonist.
Yes.
Pliny is a little mosquito.
Freaking hate Pliny. And I hate that it's pronounced Pliny because I always read it as Pliny until
I want to say
the audio's Pliny.
Is it?
Yeah, I listened to the audio and it's Pliny.
It's Pliny to
But
me.
Pliny is a little rat. You little rodent.
He reminds me of Littlefinger from Game of Thrones. Or there's like another one in the new one I haven't seen, but like just like always there as like the advisor, but he's kind of slimy.
Like a little lamprey. He's like Grima Wormtongue. He's not likable in any way, shape, or form.
And then
he's
he
just
tries
a little pest.
Yes, he's not great. Not the main bad guy, but at some point
Also
he does try
easily beatable. I mean, he does try to,
yeah.
a little coup d'etat.
Let's get into some of the characters now.
Ooh.
And we're gonna go straight into Ragnar.
And then we talk about how we met Ragnar? Because that's one of my favorites. So they're up in space, and that's part of the Sovereign's, like her fleet of ships.
Darrow and
Sevro are like,
shoot themselves at the
take
ship.
it out. Yes.
In
Which he wanted to do at the very beginning, and the people were like, stop! Don't do this! And now he's like, I'm gonna do it. And of course Sevro's gonna do it with him because Sevro's his conscience, which is terrifying. Yeah. They get shot
like directly
right into the bridge. And I freaking love it.
In their mag suit things. What are they called?
Star suits? Star shells?
Star shells? Yeah. Giant robot type machinery
that they're barfing in. It's a whole thing. Like
it could just
Darrow's
so
leg
quickly.
gets crushed and he's like, I can keep going, we're good. So they take over the bridge, and then like on the computer monitors, they see this like huge man like coming up.
Well, first off, Darrow kind of says into the comms of like fight for your freedom, kill all of the golds, or kill
I love that
anyone
speech.
who's fighting against, and you can all be free or whatever. And then you see Ragnar running through. I'm like, it's like so horror movie coded of like,
right?
Oh, and not only is he obsidian, he's stained.
Yes.
And that's like their own.
That's like their peerless scarred.
Yes.
Yeah.
They are ultimate top tier killers. Like
I-
weapons incarnate.
This scene in my head plays out like that scene in The Mandalorian where Luke comes into the ship to find baby Grogu and he fights his way up through the levels and then like fights in the hallway against all of the
I have not seen this, but I'm
but
imagining.
it just like plays out where they're just like watching it all happen on the monitors
Mhm.
and they're just like, oh gosh, who's this guy?
Yep. Yes.
And then we meet our big teddy bear.
I
Ragnar.
know. It's funny though because definitely in Golden Sun you don't see the teddy bear at all. Really, maybe like a hint.
Except in the little moments where he's like sitting in Darrow's room, just like
he's just like
I just
"I'm
like picture.
here." or
Like,
outside of his room.
Sometimes he has a little bit of Korg energy,
Yeah,
like sitting outside your room,
Oh.
like my name's Korg, I'm made of rocks, just like sipping his tea, you know. Like
yeah. So you meet him. He's barreling through, fighting all of these grays and golds, I believe.
Yeah,
And then he swears fealty to Darrow, which was really interesting to kind of, in my mind, I was like, why are you just signing your life back over to someone? That's all Obsidians know. They've
Yeah,
just been in
that's what-
servitude. They're slaves. And
that's what they've been trained to do.
they're always used as weapons. And that is an interesting concept is Ragnar only ever knew himself as a weapon. When Darrow decides to tell him the truth and give him the choice to be a free man, he's like, I don't want you here if you're not here for the right reasons kind
Yeah.
of thing. And he goes and he gives him the choice and Ragnar's like, yeah, I'm here. Like, did he really even think about it? I think he like takes like a second and then he's like, oh yeah, I'm cool.
I just think this speaks so much to the way that Darrow sees people, and you see this in the Institute too, that Darrow understands that taking people as slaves is not the answer, and he understands that they need to be seen as human in order to be like effective soldiers or members of your cadre or whatever.
Mhm.
Like, he's very good at remembering that people of all colors, he's good at remembering that people of all colors have humanity and that they deserve to be treated as such. And I think
Mateo, Evie, like,
yes,
yeah,
all of these servants who
Mickey.
I mean, like, there's just all these people that along the way he saw them for who they were and recognized their humanity and not their color. And he does that here with one of the scariest of all the colors, but then like the peerless scarred version, like we talked about,
Mhm.
because he's a stained, and just said like,
Has like a tattoo of a skull.
yeah, like, I accept you, I love you, I want you to be in my group. And then does the ultimate thing of being like, I'm going to tell you who I am. And I think Ragnar at that point was like, no one's ever treated me like this. I'd follow you anywhere.
Which goes back to why he just couldn't do that with Roke.
Yeah.
He trusted Ragnar enough. Ragnar kind of represents, he has a very strong representation in this book. He represents humanity.
Mm-hmm.
He also represents loyalty. And this is probably why I love him so much, because I really respond to loyal characters, and I also love Sevro for the same reason.
Yes.
And Sevro has great moments as well. One could argue he is the most loyal. I will say Victra,
Victor's right up there too.
Yeah,
Which then
when-
you understand why Victor and Sevro are.
yes. When Victra crawls to Darrow, she's like, I didn't know, I promise. That broke my heart.
Yes.
I was like, oh my gosh. Especially because she's a Julii, and she's
Yes.
Antonia's sister, who she punches, by the way. And I
Oh.
love that.
Which is so great.
Sevro is just chaos. He's just chaotic perfection. Between his guess what I have in my pocket, which is very Gollum-like, by the way.
Guess what I have in my pockets? My pockets is
It's
an
I
eyeball.
love Sevro. One of my favorite, we talked about Sevro being like tickling people in the last episode. One of my favorite things in this one is his dynamic with his dad. When Fitchner comes back and he's just kind of like hiding in the corner, and Fitcher's like, shut up, Goblin. And he's like, over there, like trying to eat the garbage.
That was another thing that broke my heart, because he finally gets like this decent relationship with his dad when he finds out
Yes.
he finds out he's Aries,
Yes.
and then
And then it gets,
yeah, that's
Drama.
kind of rough. Victra and Severo were just, I think, looking at the two personalities, we find out in Morningstar, this is a spoiler, is that her and Severo kind of get together.
yes. One of the best Sevro quotes in this book is, "I'm gold, bitch. What did you expect? Warm milk and cookies just because I'm pocket-sized?"
Yeah. I think sometimes I get pulled out of the story with Sevro quotes.
With Sevro's quotes.
Wasn't it him that said bye Felicia in Morningstar? I can't remember who says it, but like there's occasional like really modern things and I'm just like, "Okay, Pierce, we
Yes.
could have lived without bye Felicia." But at the same time we need to remember actually this is in the future. Like Earth as we know it right now
Yeah.
has already happened because they talk about past presidents and
Yeah, well, and
past-
you find out in this one like why the Reds have an Irish brogue,
Mhm.
which I love that.
The audiobook
But
is so good.
Severo
that.
takes Pliny's eye.
Yes.
Darrow's like,
So can I have it?
Jackal's got one hand, you've got one eye, I've got to type. Like,
I'm just collecting.
can I have it? Guess what I have in my pockets?
I
An
mean,
eye?
it's just pure chaotic perfection. And the fact that he is so loyal, like
Yes.
he's the one who went to Darrow and was like, tell me. Like,
Like,
I already know, but
why
you
did
tell me.
yeah, Aries sent me, so we got to talk.
Yeah.
Like,
And then he just like breaks down.
yes.
Darrow breaks down with Severo and is finally like relieved that he doesn't have to carry that weight anymore. It just goes to show you, like, even just telling someone and sharing can share the weight.
Yeah.
That way. Just talking.
Oh, I just love it. Like, of course it's in perfect Severo speak, but it's a crotch rash bothers me, bad fish bothers me, entitled dickweeds bother me. This, he shrugs, piss on it. You like my angle more than any other pisshead in the world, which is a great callback
I like
to
his
the
angle.
first book. Figure I'd return the favor, even if I really am bigger than your rusty ass. Their brotherhood, their bromance, their relationship is so good. But bringing up Victra and, you know, like, is she just as loyal as Severo? Is she maybe even more loyal at times?
At times, I don't think she's more loyal overall, but she is so loyal.
She is so loyal. And I love her grit and her just like, I am going to make them understand that I'm not going anywhere. I'm on their side. And she just like keeps showing up again and again and again.
She knows that trust is the only way to build that relationship, and she doesn't like belittle them for thinking little of her. Like, she knows.
Oh, yeah. She's
like,
just like,
why are we talking about this when Victor's in the room? And she's like, you know what? I get it. I'll leave. And I was like, okay.
There's fantastic moments where both Victra and Virginia are just like, listen, I'm a woman, yes, but I can do this and this and this, and you can't do this and this and this. So, like, stop looking at me like I'm less than. And I'm just like, woo, yoo-hoo. Same thing with Darrow's mom when she's just like, look at all around you. Women made it. And I'm just like, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you,
built on the
next.
backs of women.
Yeah.
Victor, I feel like, was written as an ambiguous character, and then by the end you're like, okay, she really is for the team. And I think she's written that way, but I think her actions all along prove exactly where she wants to be.
I think her being in the position that she was in her family, with the sister that she had and the parents that she had and what they were involved in. I mean, they were involved in like trading obsidians, and she saw a lot of the darkness in the golds. And I think that she was very Mustang-esque in that way of just like, I don't want to do this. Like,
She rebelled in
there's
her own way
something
too.
wrong and we need to fix it. And I think she really
I thought it was really
forward on that
interesting
way.
that she adopted green as her color.
Yeah. Jade green.
Yeah. And as a gold, like, a lot of them had colors, like Bologna's house had their own colors, and like everyone kind of had their own colors, but she was like, nope, this is mine. Like,
Yeah.
apart from anything else. So I mean, so we've talked about, you know, the protagonist, we talked about the antagonist and the sub characters. Some things for the plot. Let's get plot a minute. What was like your biggest jaw drop moment? This book was full of them. What was like the
Yes.
one that you were like, oh my gosh, this is like the biggest one?
Ooh, it's hard to pick. In my notes, I wrote, oh, I love the infiltration of the Vanguard and it becoming the Pax. I think that's like, I've always really struggled with the tricking Lorne of it all. Like, I understand why, but it always kind of hurts. But I think of the jaw drop moment is the end.
Yeah. 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 I think there's some key moments for me. The scorpion scene was crazy to me.
Oh, the him and Octavia.
Uh-huh.
telling the truth.
And I know they're not really scorpions, that they're like this weird pit viper.
The Oracle.
Yeah, the centipede pit viper thing. Anyway, it's
Yeah.
just easier to describe them as scorpions. That one was crazy. The one with Tactus was heart-wrenching. And yeah, the end with
All the betrayals.
all of them.
All the betrayals, all the
And-
hard deaths,
and
all the hard
Mustang.
almost deaths.
Like when Darrow
Yes.
shows Mustang who he is,
Mhm.
like he said he would. And she chose to leave. And then you find out later she doesn't quite leave, but she does leave. And at the end of the book, you don't know where she stands. And I
So
know
let's talk about Mustang for a second.
Okay.
I know that we were just getting into plot points, but I think it's important to talk about Mustang because do we really trust her at this point? I have a hard time not trusting Mustang after what happens at the Institute when she brings the Jackal.
Yeah.
When she brings the Jackal and she's just like, you guys really thought I was going to betray you? Like, WTF.
Yeah, but Roke also was quite loyal.
I know, but like the moments that Darrow and Virginia shared and like the conversations that they had, I think that she so genuinely loves Darrow. I think sometimes she hates that she loves Darrow
Isn't that
because
a
she
thought?
just feels like so much loyalty to him.
Mhm.
I think that when she learned where Darrow actually came from, I think she got scared. I think she was
Mhm.
like, there's no way that this can work because my dad killed your wife. So like then she got self-defensive.
Yeah, well, not even self-defensive, but like self-aware. Like, how could this ever work? Because I get why you're mad. She totally got it.
Yeah. She was probably feeling a lot of things in
I
that moment too. So that moment guts me when she flies away and I'm just like, ooh,
Yeah.
ow.
Yes, and actually, I kind of like it in the way of like there wasn't a happily ever. Well, there of course was not a happily ever after, but like again, it would have been so easy to just have her accept him.
I do love in that moment though that Darrow stands up. I mean, Ragnar really pushes the moment. But Darrow says like, if it's not me, it's going to be somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
So like, why not? And I'm ready to live for more. Like, are you?
Mm-hmm.
And really just kind of like, you need to make a choice.
Yeah, he kind of.
But I want
through that.
I want you with me. Is what he's like.
Yeah, he definitely talks his way out of a gun to the head.
Yeah, for sure.
The way that it's written, I don't know if this is like the neurospice in me, but like it's very obvious that Mustang's gonna come around eventually at some point. Like just like the cues and the foreshadowing and stuff like that. It's formulaic. You just know eventually she'll come around. So I wasn't even like not trusting her like that. I mean, I was reading that she was questioning, but I was like, no, she knows. She knows that
Yeah.
that's what she's got to do. So I don't know if that's the neurospice in me. So I never like thought that she was going to go against him for any reason.
Yeah.
And I actually thought that at the beginning of the book. I was like, there's no way that she is doing this against her family or against what she thinks is right. So,
Yeah.
yeah, then you see Darrow with his mother, which is, I mean, okay, so Darrow's mother is like Penelope Dunbar
Yes.
to you. Like,
I was gonna say she
she-
is of Penelope Dunbar status.
she is like a hardened woman, but also like so very much for her kids, and she just loves them. And like, she wasn't even shocked that she saw Darrow like just in her
she
house.
knew
and
him right away. I love that.
after he looked so different.
Yeah. I love that moment though. I think it's so powerful. And it really does go to show that like, I mean, there's that quote, my mother's the spine in me.
Mm-hmm.
And she really played a huge part in shaping him. But there's just a quote about how like she loves him no matter what. And she was always just like very sure and she always showed it. And she was just like constant.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yes, she was constant. She was the constant in their children's lives.
Mm-hmm.
Between Darrow, I forget Darrow's not an only child for
Yeah.
some reason, that he's got a brother.
He's got a brother.
And so I just love her. I love her so much. Such a minor character, especially in Golden Sun, but shows so much strength.
Oh, but every scene that she shows up in, you're just like, love you.
I know. Oh my gosh. And then I won't get into her in Morningstar. We'll save that for our Morningstar episode.
Yes.
But
We love her.
we could talk a lot more about her in
Yeah.
that. So, as a whole, do we think that Golden Sun kind of elevated the series, or like was it suffering from second slump?
No, this is without a doubt an elevation.
Mm-hmm. No books are ever just as good as the first book. They're either worse or better. You know
It's
what I mean?
true. It's true. This one's better,
It is better.
but not because Red Rising was bad,
No.
but you take a world that you have a foundation for and you raise it up.
Yeah.
And it's just like, doesn't make Red Rising bad. It just means that like there's more happening and it's exciting and it's fun and we like it and we love the forward progression.
Yeah. I'm excited to read like the entire series to see how like my rankings fall, but Golden Sun was my favorite.
It's freaking hard to rank them.
I have seen on the internet, on
Yes.
the interwebs.
I do need to add to the jaw drop moments. Fitchner's reveal that he is Ares is a fantastic scene.
Mhm.
I really love that. Like Darrow comes into the ship. He's like, ha ha ha. Octavia's like, roll the ship. And he's like, ooh. And then Fitchner's like, you're an idiot. Then he blows everybody up and they fly out of the ship and he's like, it's always been me. And you're like,
Yeah.
what? This guy?
This goon? Unfortunately, I got that as a spoiler. Dude, this series has been spoiled for me so much.
did?
Yeah. That was the first of the spoilers. I saw fan art.
Oh.
I know.
I'd like to formally apologize to that guy on YouTube that I spoiled Fitchner for. I'm really sorry, my guy.
Well, how would he know that
Apologize.
it was a
I don't know. Well,
I think
because I talked about it's called Sons of Ares and it gives Fitchner's backstory.
It just happens sometimes, but I had to laugh because the person who spoiled it for me like a week prior put this social media video out about how your video should come with warnings. And I was like, this one didn't.
This one didn't, you jerk.
Yeah, it was just kind of ironic. But anyway,
Yeah, how did I make it through this series without anything being spoiled?
you devoured it. If
True.
I just read it when I read it, if I read that second half when I read it, I wouldn't have. That would have been the only spoiler
Yeah,
was Fitchner. But
it is a good
unfortunately
reveal.
now I have like lots of spoilers, which makes me sad. But the great thing about Pierce's writing is it will still be impactful. I know it. It's just so emotional and so gut wrenching, and I just know that even though I know certain things are gonna happen, I'll still be along for the ride. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Like it's not my ideal setup, but here we are.
I was sitting at my husband's work picnic reading on my phone and I can't remember what part I was at, but I was like, oh, and Jake's like, what are you doing? I'm like, this is happening. He's like, this is the third time you've read the book. And I'm like, but it still hits. And that's true. Like the parts that are emotional are still emotional and you just like feel some different things and the foreshadowing in this book is crazy. Like there's moments where I'm just like, oh my gosh, if this plays out how I think it's going to play out based on what the sentence says, like, woo!
Mm-hmm. Yes. So overall, Golden Sun we thought was a great sequel to the Red Rising series, really setting it up for Morningstar, the masterpiece Morningstar is. And one of the most depressing. So stay tuned for our Morningstar.
Yes,
dive.
that will be coming.
Also, check us out. We will be joining the Sons of Ares podcast. We will be talking. They go chapter by chapter. They do deep dives.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting. So go check them out as well. There are
Catch us studying in preparation.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I think we have chapter 30.
Yeah,
Which
that
would be
was,
devastating.
That was your choice, by
Yeah.
the way.
I mean, you said what chapters should we talk about? And I gave 2. I think one was like 7 and then one was
It
30.
was
but
8 and 30, and
8
they
and
said
30.
30, and so we shall answer the clarion call.
Yes. So check us out on that whenever that happens. It probably won't be for a minute, but also go check out their podcast if you're wanting
Ugh.
deep dives into the Red Rising series.
We
but
love them.
they're
We've
fun.
become good buds with them on the internet.
Yeah. So
Shout out to our internet friends. These are
Yeah.
great. But yeah, catch us on the socials, Instagram, TikTok, now on Substack. It's good times. Remember to keep reading, read, and read some more, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye.